Hey guys, welcome back. PJ Mington here with episode 2 of FTB 1.6.4. Now, this episode, we're going to go ahead and pick up where we left off, kind of, but not really, in the sense that I did a whole bunch of mining in between episodes, and also I went ahead and built a bridge in between this ravine as well as that, just for easier getting around, especially for when I'm getting chased around by mobs, but also no longer are we working out of this cave. Now, you may have actually recognized this pond sort of thing from when we started off. Originally, I began with a little tiny hole over here. Let's go ahead and switch over into bat mode. I'm just pressing the left-facing bracket, which is the right bracket, on your keyboard, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over into bat mode. Now, let's go ahead and wait for that, and I'm now able to fit back down in our hole. And as you see, this is where we originally started off, and that is wonderful. But what I would like to go ahead and do is head on down here, and I did discover a few kind of strange things down in this hole while I was mining. Now, as you can see, I did go straight down to bedrock, but then I came on back up, and I went to level 10. As you can see, crafting table up here. Just the signs I've been here. Now, wait, endstone? What the crap? Alright, so I was running around, and I found some endstone, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dig around this and see if, like, I found the end or what. And it turns out that there's a mod that adds this in here. I think it's magic bees. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's just go ahead and dig ourselves out because I don't want to waste any of what... Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and fix that. I was in my test world, and I actually made it where right-click does what I don't want it to. So let's see, GUI button. Let's say, like, that is going to be our button from now on, because obviously right-click is not going to work for us. Thank goodness I was able to fix that. Okay, let's place that there. Let's just go ahead and use some of our sand to get out of here. But as you do see, I do have a good amount of endstone right here, which may actually contain something inside from what I've said, because the mod that adds it, I do believe, is magic bees, which would be awesome if something bee-related is in here. Oh, yeah. Alright, so that's what I was hoping was going to be in there. There was going to be a beehive, and supposedly these bees can kill you instantly from what I remember, if they are working in the beehive, so that's probably not the best thing to get started with at the moment, but I'm most definitely going to go ahead and grab the bees. Now, I'm thinking I actually have a scoop back at home, so we're just going to leave this for now, and let's go back on up here. Let me go ahead and make sure I get the rest of this. And I did go ahead and make myself a pretty good amount of pickaxes, and I did break a bunch of them, as you can obviously tell. But let's jump up here, and we found something a little bit better, just a little bit, than iron. I did find our first diamonds, and I would like to go mine those, but I'm currently being a little bit of a derp. Alright, let's go ahead and place this down here. And as you can see, not only did I find 1, 2, 3... how many diamonds do we have? 4 diamonds, but also I found another little vein over here, and I thought this was more endstone originally, but it's actually saltpeter. I do actually have a bunch of saltpeter, which I think is used for something. I'm not sure how useful it is due to the fact that there is so much of it, but I'm thinking we'll come back and get these diamonds later, because there is a mod that I'm going to be doing, and it's going to allow us to easily get fortune on our things. So we will be doing that later, but the main thing that I would love to do this episode is get our ores doubled or tripled or whatever we actually have time for. Let's go ahead and switch back into bat mode. But yeah, last episode was basically just, hey, ooh, clay. I was looking for clay, and of course it's going to do that. I was actually looking for clay, and we don't want to use endstone for that. Let's just get out of here and fly out. As you do see, the bat has this awesome ability to fly. I love the morph mod. I didn't actually know that it had so many abilities as it does, but look at all of the things that I've killed. I don't know how to switch between normal zombie and that zombie. I'm sure I'll figure it out later. The Hecate, the Mana Elemental, it'd be awesome if I could shoot electricity like this guy. That'd be awesome. And Hecates are 2 blocks tall, but they really seem that they fly, and I don't have that ability when I'm one. The cow is normal. The squid can swim underwater, which is awesome. If it goes on land, it does drown. That thing is awesome. We have spider. I'm not exactly sure what the top thing is, Oh, you know what? I want to try the spider. I've never tried the spider. Let's get out of here before we actually turn into the spider because they are 2 blocks wide. Sweet. We are now a spider. And I think, let's see. Yeah, the spider can climb walls. That is sweet. So, I actually want to try something else. Can we climb the side of a tree? Yeah, I was hoping that'd be cool, but I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's awesome. So, let's switch back to you, human. The peck or peach or whatever the crap they are. I don't know what they do. Apparently, they're from Ars Magica, and if you give them enough beans, I actually killed 2 of them, as you saw, but if you give them enough of these bean thingies, ooh, there's some moonstone. We're going to have to create that later, but Ars Magica adds a bunch of awesome stuff, and I honestly have no idea how to use the mod, and I know I'm rambling on. Let's go ahead and get started with the things that I said I was going to be working on today. I went ahead and set everything up. That way I would have a majority of it ready for when I came for you guys. This is everything that I have mined so far. I have a good amount of ores. I didn't spend all that much time mining, obviously, because I wanted to go ahead and get our ores to the point where I wasn't just wasting them, which at the moment I kind of am. I don't know why I have so much of everything that I do, but let's go ahead and get started. Let's see, do I actually have... I don't have a crafting table on me for some reason. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a little bit of wood, grab ourselves another crafting table, because for some reason I didn't get one. I don't know why. Oh, I picked it up and I turned it into this. That's why I don't have one. Okay, that makes sense. And I actually have 3 on me, so let's place this next to our bed. And here is what I'm thinking we're going to do. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a pulverizer. Let's see, pulverizer. And I'm just going to go ahead and press R on this, and what I'm going to do is make ourselves 2 of these redstone reception coils. So let's go ahead and shift click on this question mark, and it just took everything that I had set up already, and it went straight into the crafting table. So it's redstone, gold, redstone, and we have ourselves 2 of these. Now we only need 1, but I'm actually going to be making a pulverizer as well as a redstone furnace, and both of them are awesome. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for machine frame. Let's go ahead and... let's see, do I have enough of everything for this machine frame? I believe I do. Let's just go ahead and split this up like so. 2 gold in the middle, and let's split the glass up, and let's grab ourselves 2 of those. Now all I have to do is go in here and shift click that, and we have ourselves a pulverizer. Now I'm thinking where we would like to put the pulverizer is going to be... I did make this place a little bit small, didn't I? I'm going to end up making this much bigger later. I'm not quite sure how exactly I'm going to expand. I would love to make a like 4 wide area and make it kind of a square shape and have a like a courtyards in the middle. I think that would be awesome if we could pull something off like that. But let's go ahead and place this, say, let's place it right here. You'll see why I placed it there here in a second. All right, now let's go ahead and make ourselves our redstone furnace. And I believe that's what it's called. Let's see, Redstone Furnace. Here you are. And all of this is part of Thermalix expansion. Normally I use IC2, I think. But this time I am not. Let's go ahead and grab you out. And I can't do that. Let's do this, shift click, and here we go. Now we have ourselves a redstone furnace and a pulverizer. Now we are going to be very easily doubling our ores in the essence that we are going to be able to place our ores in the pulverizer, and we are going to be able to place our the dust that come out of the pulverizer into the redstone furnace. But you're saying, okay, there's this little bar to the left side, and it stands for, I believe, redstone flux. Yeah, redstone flux. And how are you going to get that redstone flux? Well, that is where steam dynamos are going to come in. Let's go ahead and type in steam, and let's see, steam dynamo right here. Now we are going to need a few gears, so I'm hoping we have enough copper. We're also going to need some of these transmission cables, so let's go ahead and make sure we have some silver on us, which I do not believe I actually made ahead of time, so that is my fault. Let's go ahead and place a few of these down. That's basically what I've been using these things for. That's why I have so many furnaces, which definitely is not the smartest thing. Especially using coal in them is not the smartest idea ever. But that's all we have at the moment. So that is really why I love the second episode, because we do break away from vanilla right here, cut and dry. Second episode, no more vanilla. For the most part, this is the thing I got from the peck thingy, by the way. Alright, so what else do we need? We need 4 copper gears, because I would like to get 2, because the Redstone Furnace actually uses 20 per tick, I believe. Let's see, yeah, it uses 20, and this actually uses 40, so we do need 2 steam dynamos to be able to power those efficiently. Let's go ahead and grab you and you. And how much copper do I have? I believe I have just enough. I don't know if we have enough cobblestone, though. That may be an issue. Let's also grab ourselves a little bit of, you know what, we have everything we need now. Let's go ahead and make ourselves our first gears, which I believe are not made like that. I don't know why I did that. Let's see, gears are made like this, and I think they were originally added in by Buildcraft. Let's see, yeah, Buildcraft. And what we're going to do is make ourselves some cobblestone gears. We are going to need 4 of these, I believe. So I will need to go grab a few more pieces of our cobblestone really quickly. Sorry about that. Let's see. I would love to grab some of that moonstone ore, and I do see that creeper. He's probably going to get me here sooner or later. Let's see. Can I grab moonstone ore? Sweet. I have no idea what moonstone is, by the way. But I do know the mod that it is from, and from the things that I've seen, the mod is sweet. So let's go ahead and grab just a little bit of this, and then I'm going to switch into a bat, and we are going to fly right out of here before we get eaten, which hopefully is going to occur pretty quickly. Here we go. Alright, so now we're out of there, and we can make ourselves our 4th stone gear. We may not need that many, to be honest, but I just went ahead and made sure that we had them. Alright, here we go. So now we have 4, and we should now be able to make our steam dynamos after I make our silver reception coils. So let's say 4 of you, and 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go, and let's throw you in the middle, and here we go. We have both of our coils, and we should now be able to coat our stone gears with our copper, and I'm really hoping we have enough copper. Otherwise, I'm going to have to, let's see, I think I'm a few short. No big deal. Let's go ahead and say 1, 2, 3. Reception coil, and then copper gears with what goes on top. What goes on top? What goes on top? Oh, that goes on top. Then what goes in the middle? Oh, a piece of redstone goes in the middle. Okay, well, while that's cooking up, what I'm going to actually do is throw ourselves a little bit of copper, and this just, I hate having to do this, because we're obviously about to be able to double our ore, and we're not even going to have to use coal anymore. Well, yeah, we'll be using coal, but it kind of makes me upset that we're having to do that. Is there an ore that we can't quite do that with? Aluminum gravel ore. I don't think we can do that with, but we will be able to double it within the mod Tinker's Construct, so that's always nice. I'll show you guys what I mean a little bit later. Let's grab ourselves you, and now I believe we have everything we need to grab ourselves our steam dynamos. Let's see. I have the gears. I don't quite know what we don't have. Let's see, redstone. Alright, so now that we have the redstone, we should be able to say boom, and there's 1. Now, what else are we missing is my question. Let's see, steam dynamo. We may be missing the gear. What the heck? I thought I made 4 gears, right? Oh, you know what? Maybe I did not. Let's see. I don't even know what happened. Let's just go ahead and cook up a good amount of copper. I honestly don't know. I think it ate the stuff, but that's no big deal. Let's go ahead and break a hole in here, and perfect. We have ourselves an endless water source right here. Now, there is one little issue that I did find when I was in a test world, and that was the fact that it's going to be a little bit hard to make our steam dynamos have water constantly. Due to the fact that the aqueous accumulator right now is kind of buggy, or it just, he buffed it a little bit, or debuffed it a little bit. I'm not quite sure. We'll just have to see. Alright, so I'm going to place our steam dynamo. Let's see, where should we place it? Let's go ahead and place it here, and then what we're going to need is a crescent hammer. Alright, crescent hammer right here. We're going to need iron and a piece of tin. No big deal. Where is our tin? Here we go. Just 1 piece of tin, and no big deal. Let's throw you in there. And we also need 1 more piece of coal. Did I throw 1 in there? No. Alright, so now what I really need to do, I'd love to figure out what this stuff does. Hold on. Let's see, uses, press U, and you can make moonstone blocks. Crystal phylactery, what the crap is that? Phylactery. I'm going to say phylactery. Alright, so as you do see, this steam dynamo is facing kind of a weird way, and we don't necessarily want it to be facing that way for what we are about to do. So what we are now going to get is a good amount of iron. Let's see, did I use up all that iron? I believe I did. I'm sorry I have to keep going and making things. Hopefully once we get all of this stuff up and running, we won't have to be doing that every single time we want to make something. Do I have the iron to do that? I don't think I do, so I will see you guys in a sec. Okay guys, welcome back. Sorry about that. I actually found all of the iron that I needed and made it all, and I went ahead and made the Crescent Hammer. My power went out and I lost that footage, so sorry about that. I did make the Crescent Hammer. No big deal. It's a super easy recipe. Iron with a piece of tin. Let's go ahead and pull out our coal, and I did make the extra gear that we were going to need to go ahead and make our second dynamo. So let's go ahead and get that done. Let's place that there. 1, 2, 3, and our redstone transmission coil. There we go. Now we have ourselves 2 dynamos. Now, how are we going to get power from those dynamos to this, you might ask? All right, let's go ahead and figure it out. So what we're going to need is called leadstone energy conduits. So let's say leadstone, and here we go, leadstone energy conduit. Very easy. I went ahead and cooked up the lead for it. We should only need a few of those for now, at least. We will be getting a lot more advanced, obviously. Let's go ahead and place our glass here, and there we go. Now we have ourselves 6 leadstone energy conduits. Let's go ahead and, okay, why aren't they connecting? Well, that is what our Crescent Hammer is for. If you do have a pipe or anything for the energy to flow through, obviously these are going to very easily turn. But say I went ahead and held shift and then right clicked on both of these, there would be no way for me to rotate these. Unless you shift click, then obviously they would pop off. So let's go ahead and place you down, and let's actually go ahead and set this up really quickly. Now, blue means things can come in from that side, and I believe yellow and orange and red are actually outputs. I'm not 100% sure, but I know for a fact that orange is an output. So let's go ahead and say, let's make this side where nothing happens over there, and let's make it where on the top we are going to want an input, and the side we don't want anything. And the bottom is where we are going to be outputting. So as you see, it does actually change the sides, and we can be inputting from the top now. So that's awesome. We may actually have to break this block really quickly. Let's see, we may have to break both of these blocks, which is kind of sad. We will be making this a bigger house here soon. No big deal. Alright, so the next thing, let's say input from all sides. That's good. And then output to the right. No big deal. Let's grab ourselves a chest. And you know what? We could do this a better way if I really, really wanted to. You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to do it that way. And sorry, I keep forgetting to press the timer. Let's make sure we get power to this before we start getting crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our magic with these. And as you do see, power should now be flowing. But now our problem is we don't have any power actually being transmitted. So what we need to do is run over to here, and actually, you know what we need first? We need some buckets. So let's go ahead and press C to open up our pocket crafting table. As it says, press C to activate from anywhere. Sweet. So now what we're going to do is press X, and X will actually clear out that grid, and it turns out we had just enough space. And let's make ourselves a good amount of wood, and I think this recipe is going to work. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and that's bowls. Let's see, do I remember correctly? All right, so maybe it's not bowls. Maybe it's actually with the wooden. I knew this recipe worked at one time. Let's see, maybe it's actually with these. That may be what our issue is. Let's try doing 1, 2, 3. There we go. So these are actually wooden buckets, as you see right there. They were actually made in a forestry mod. I'm not exactly sure what mod it is. Let's say, here we go. And these are going to allow us to pick up some water. Now, be careful that the water isn't a light color, as it is over there. If you look in the far eastern corner of my minimap, that is actually not water. That is Ars Magica Essence, and that is definitely not going to work in these guys. I have actually tried it, and it does not work. So, as you see, our water is now full, and you're, for the first time, seeing this beautiful GUI. So, how is this going to work? What you're going to do is place a piece of coal here, and it's going to use water and coal to create some steam. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and continue filling this up, and you can fill this up with pipes. We will be getting into that, but right now the aqueous accumulator, as I said, was acting up a little bit. I'll just have to figure that out off screen. Alright, so this is working great at the moment. Let's go ahead and say, let's place a little bit more coal in both of those. We will be finding a different source of energy rather quickly, but for now, let's just go ahead and use all the coal that we have, and let's split it up into the two of these. So that one is outputting energy, and as you see, both of these are filling up. The top one first, and this one second. This one needs a little bit more coal. Let's go ahead and throw it in there. And let's throw you in there as well. Now it will adjust depending on how much water's in there to how much coal it uses. It's rather smart about how that works, and as you see, it has a very, very small internal buffer. Its internal buffer, as a matter of fact, is just 8,000 less than this one, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, it's 8,000 less than this one, and this internal buffer is actually half of that one, so that's not all that great, but we will be figuring out soon. Let's go ahead and place our chest here, and I believe everything should be working perfectly. If you're not actually getting power from your leadstone energy conduit straight from the dynamos, do go ahead and look over them and make sure Wayla is turned on. Press 1 on your number pad, or up here won't work, but if you press it on your number pad, it will. And you can actually change that in controls if you don't have a number pad. You'll just have to go look for that, but we're not talking about that right now. Make sure that you look at these and see if there is energy in them. So now, as you see, we see our GUI. Let's go ahead and throw some of our gold ore into here, and we should actually see it go straight from here, and it will go directly into here. We got 2 pulverized gold for 1 gold ore, and we just doubled our first ore. Let's go ahead and throw, say, some silver, and you will see the exact same thing happens with silver. The only ores that it will not do are the Tinker's Construct ores, I believe, and also, what is that other ore that it won't do? Oh, it won't do the thermal expansion or dark iron, I think, is the ore that I remember. Let's see. It won't do this one, and it won't do this one. I did find a good bit of dark iron. 4 is pretty good for starting off, I would say. Alright, so now we really need to figure out this hole. Let's see. I'm going to actually take a few stone bricks and turn into a bat, and then I'm going to fly up there and make it where I should be able to fit a hopper and a chest up there. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a vanilla hopper. Now, there used to be Buildcraft hoppers, but no longer are those actually being made, so that's kind of a bummer. I did like being able to say, hey, I don't really use anything vanilla, but I guess we got to go back to vanilla. Let's go ahead and say, boom, we have ourselves a hopper. The recipe may have even been the same. I don't quite remember. And let's place ourselves our hopper here. Now, if we wanted to, let's see. Let me go ahead and drop down here and grab all of the ores that we can. Let's see, tin gravel. I don't think gravel is going to work in there. Let's grab ferrous. I don't think that actually works, to be honest. We'll just have to see everything that works and what doesn't. And let's fly up here, and as you will see, we should be able to just throw that all into there, and boom, it's go ahead and getting pulverized. Now, if you're not familiar with the vanilla mechanics of a hopper, you're actually capable of placing a chest on top of the hopper, and I should be able to load our ferrous, our silver, and our tin into here, and the hopper will automatically pull it out into here, and that is if you don't have enough room in this little 5 kind of box thingy. So if you were running a quarry, you could put, say, a diamond chest on top of this and pull straight out of your diamond chest and into your pulverizer. Now, as you see, our pulverized ferrous metal is actually being cooked straight into ferrous ingots, and that's great. Now, if you do need to be able to use, say, copper dust or something, you can go ahead and shut this off by, let's see, I think it was shift clicking. Yeah, you can shift click on that and just turn it off really quickly. Let's go ahead and fix it again, and then nothing will be going into that from your pulverizer. But right now we are just fine in doing it like this. We do have a few minutes left, so you know what I might go ahead and do? Let's see if we have enough of the stuff. Let's say item duct, or we could use, let's see, let's just go ahead and type in duct. I don't remember what they were called, to be honest with you. Let's see, item duct. Yeah, that's what we want. So we just want some tin around some glass. It may actually have to be hardened glass. Let's see, item duct opaque is lead and some tin. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some tin. And do we have enough lead currently? I'm not quite sure if we do, but we're going to go ahead and use it anyway because now in the next mining spree that I go on in between episodes, we will be able to get a crap ton of ores, so that will be awesome. I would like to get this done before the episode is over, so let's go ahead and hurry ourselves up. Let's see, item ducts opaque, and here we go. We have ourselves 12 item ducts. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's enough, but let's go ahead and remove our chest. You know what, let's just turn you off for now. Let's just go ahead and say you can take things in, but you're not going to do anything with it quite yet. And what we're actually going to say is it's going to output to the bottom, but you're going, okay, you really have no way to output things yet. That's alright. What I'm actually going to do is do this, and you know what, let's take ourselves, say, some wood. That way we can block off the water really quickly. Now we have no water, and we are a bat, so we are very easily able to fit under here. And let's just keep digging until we get to the corner of our house, and then we will dig straight up into our chest. So I believe this is the corner, because I did dig down and mine out some things here. And what we should be able to do is go like that, place a piece of wood here, and let's take our item duct just like that, and make sure that is blue, and let's go ahead and run a few of our item ducts along like this. Now, I hope we have enough item ducts. It looks like we're about 1 or 2 short. No big deal. Let's see. We have just enough. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a teensy bit more tin, item duct, and boom. Alright, so now what we're going to do is do that, and if you do have your crescent wrench, you can shift click these off, by the way. Do not break them with the pickaxe. They will take forever, and I'm not quite sure if they break or not. Let's go ahead and say boom, and we should slowly but surely see our items going out of this. Let's see, I actually need to right click on that to make it red, and you will not be able to see the things because it is an opaque item duct. But if you were able to make hardened glass, which requires obsidian dust as well as some lead, you would be able to see the items actually going through that, and that is awesome. But it's kind of out of our reach at the moment. Actually, yeah, we don't have any obsidian quite yet. We will be getting obsidian next episode, I do hope. I believe it's about wrapping up time, but I would like to show you guys that as you see here, our tin ore is showing up, as well as our iron, because it is passing through our item ducts. And here we go. We have our very first automated machine, and it is working on its own on making our ores doubled. So that is sweet. Next episode, I'm actually going to make it where there is a way for this to store up energy, just because these dynamos do produce a little bit more than they need, and their internal buffer doesn't support all that we do need. And next episode, I would like to go ahead and get into Tinker's Construct, because I would like to get those diamonds, and I would like to multiply them. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please do hit the like button up above, as well as the subscribe button. If you have not already subscribed, please do, because that means so much to me. It keeps me going, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.